Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Snowboard Pro Camp live chat. Thank you guys for tuning in today here in Whistler. It's a sunny, feels like spring day. Thank you guys all for tuning in. If you guys have any questions, definitely hit me up. Also, let me know where you guys are watching from. And yeah, sorry for last week. We had some crazy technical difficulties. YouTube wasn't allowing me to do it, but hopefully we get through this nice and smooth. Yeah, back here in Whistler, sun's out, was riding park all day. Actually with a couple of guys from the channel, Greg Player and Johnny as well. So it's really cool to be hanging out with those guys. Met Greg for the first time today here in Whistler. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, definitely hit me up. And yeah, let me know where you're watching from as well. Hope you guys still have some snow where you're at. The resort's open and you guys still have the chance to do some snowboarding this season. And so right now I see that Logan Makes Music is on the chat. What's up, Logan? Erica Constantino, what's up, Erica? Thank you guys for tuning in. Oh, Logan says he's got to leave. See you later, man. Noah Talley, what's up? Huntsman DJ, thanks for tuning in. Oh, some people are heading to bed. It's getting a bit late. Justin Visey from Mammoth Mountain. What's up, Justin? And M. Jack from Colorado. Slick Nick, what's up, man? Yeah, thank you guys all for tuning in. Tristan from Quebec. Isaac from Australia. Kid Duke from Germany. Thank you guys all for tuning in, guys. Yeah, hit me up with some questions. So yeah, back in Whistler, was in Japan for just over a week. And yeah, had an incredible trip of a lifetime in Japan. But yeah, it feels good to be back in Whistler. Hopefully this sun sticks around and can get some good park laps in here in Whistler. Have a nice long spring. And Bra Sweet, what's up, Bra Sweet? Watching from LA, awesome, man. And Harrison Sharp from the UK. Nicholas Guido from Ontario. And St. Davis. All right, man, I'll call you Davis. Lewis Pearson says, how was Japan? Yeah, so Japan was a dream. It was incredible. Incredible cultural experience. Really cool meeting some Japanese people. It was just like very authentic. They're just very respectful and very friendly and really helpful too with just like navigating the town or Tokyo. So yeah, met lots of nice, great people there. And yeah, definitely recommend you guys if you're gonna do a snowboard trip. Japan is one of the best places in the world, in my opinion. And yeah, the hotel that we were staying at too, the Ryokan Gozu, I'll put a link below. There's a link in a few of the videos. For any Snowboard Pro Camp subscribers, they're doing 15% off, so that's pretty cool of them. And yeah, we didn't have like one of those typical like crazy light powder Japanese snowfalls, but we did still find some really good powder in the alpine and in the trees. And so we still had a bit of that true Japanese snowboard experience, and that was really incredible. So I can't say enough good things. Like, snowboarding was great. Culturally, it was awesome. Even Tokyo is a really cool city. I feel like you could spend like months exploring Tokyo and just finding interesting things to do there. So it was really cool. And Martin TV watching from Sweden. Swooby64 from Norway. Ray's from France. Main at the Boneyard from Belgium. Oh my gosh. All over the world, guys. This is worldwide. This is the biggest snowboard community in the world. It's awesome. And Yuri from the Ukraine, Lewis from England, Slick Nick from Chicago, Vince Powell Newman, what's up, man? Thanks for being here. And John, John has a question. Is a 155 centimeter board too big for me? I'm 5'9", about 140 pounds. Well, with board sizes, you want to check the sizing chart. It sounds like that board could be a little bit too big for you, but it depends on what you want to do with it. If you're going to be doing a lot of karting, then you want a bigger board. So yeah, it depends on what shorter boards for park, longer boards for all mountain and carving. and then fatter boards for powder. So, all right, so it's making me, so the YouTube, there's too many comments and it's making me skip ahead a bit. So if I miss some, just hit me up again, guys. And all right, I'm just gonna skip the bottom because I'm getting, it's forcing me through. Just to let you guys know too, this is a super chat. So if you have a question that you really need answering, just hit that super chat button and then it allows you to make a donation. And then that just gives your question priority so that I'll definitely answer it, and then I'll see it as well. There's just so many questions coming through. It's hard to get to all of them at the moment. All right, so I've skipped ahead to the end because it was forcing me to. And so Made at the Boneyard says, is that sunscreen on your nose? I think that's just the shine. I hope it's not any boogers, but no, but I do need sunscreen actually. It is like pretty hot. Yeah, I think it's just like the shine of the sun. All right. And what's up, Matthias from Argentina? Will Fleming says, you guys should come to New Zealand. Yeah, definitely. New Zealand is on the list. We have had a couple companies reach out to us from New Zealand, and we might do some kind of trip down there, maybe like in July or August. So we're looking into New Zealand. That's one of the summer destinations. The plan with the channel is to be somewhere snowboarding every month of the year. So, you know, August, September, maybe New Zealand or Australia or both. July, Oregon. We're gonna be in June for session 1 of the High Cascade Snowboard Camp. So if you guys want, check out their website, highcascade.com. Sign up for session 1 and you can come ride with us there. So that's in June, I think the 3rd week of June. And then for October, we're thinking about going to Dubai to ride at the Snow Center. All right, sorry guys, the glare on the phone is making it hard to see. So we got a $5 super chat from Justin Visey. Kevin, I just got the Dakine Vapor and YS Bibs. Nice, man, good choice. Might be a good idea to talk about the waterproofing levels and what it means. Some peeps don't know. Yeah, so I believe that the Vapor jacket is Gore-Tex. So really good waterproofing on that Vapor jacket there. It's kept me dry all season. And yeah, not to get too technical or anything, but yeah, Gore-Tex is just like a membrane that it keeps the water out, but it allows moisture to leave. So if you get hot, it's like very breathable, which is important. But at the same time, yeah, it just keeps all the moisture out. And then I believe the Y-East pants are like 20,000 millimeters waterproof, which is pretty good waterproofing. They've stayed dry on me this whole season. I did, you can get waterproofing products that you put in the wash if you wash your pants or jacket, and then it sort of like re-waterproofs everything. But when you get the proper waterproof product, then it also allows it to still be breathable. And basically with waterproofing too, like the more money you spend, the better quality you get. But I think like Dakine and Volcom also have a good reputation for having, and even Air Blaster, for having good waterproof products, and then them not costing too much. All right, so we got another super chat from, sorry, I can't read it. It got crazy glare happening. From Jib Jeep 79. Grab a kombucha, man. You should put together a group ride with YouTube fans. Snowboard Pro Camp Takeover Whistler. Yeah, that would be sick. Do a takeover day. That'd be super fun. Yeah, we might, I do have to do that. I feel like we do lots of meetups while traveling, but sometimes forget to do meetups while here in Whistler. And yeah, I've been meeting tons of, even just today, met tons of fans of the channel, so always good if you guys see. All right, hopefully this stream is working good for you guys. Am I back? Is it back, guys? All right, so Cade the Camel says, come come to Troll Ski Resort in Quesnel on Sunday. Where's Quesnel? Romel says, do you have any tips for GoPros / batteries? Thanks. Yeah, definitely. So for the GoPro, I have like 3 or 4 batteries that I make sure are fully charged when I go up the mountain. I feel like that's a must. At least 3 batteries extra and have them fully charged, because in really cold temperatures, the GoPro can die pretty fast. So definitely have a few extra. I've got like every time I go home, my routine is to take all the footage off the GoPro, put it onto my camera, and then take all the batteries and then put them onto the charger so that they're ready for the next morning. And yeah, forgetting a charger or a memory card is really devastating if you're trying to get lots of footage done in a day. Yeah, sorry guys if I lost you guys there for a minute. All right, so we got a few super chats have come through. Super chat from Paul O. Thanks, Paul. And no question, yo Kev, you're riding really good and confident this year. Must be that new T-Rice T-Rice Pro board. Cheers. Yeah, definitely. I feel like having the right board for the right conditions really does help with the riding. The T-Rice Pro has been great for carving. I love the magnet traction. Yeah, really good for carving. And then, yeah, for powder, those powder days, I've tried to really find the perfect powder board for myself. And the Nitro POW has really just been a great board for riding in the powder. So, and even today, I was on this, woo! So today, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm on the Battalion Global Warmer. And yeah, just a great board for park. It feels very catch-free and with that 3BT shape on the nose and tail. So yeah, I feel like part of it is having the right board. The other part is last summer, I did a lot of skateboarding and trampoline stuff, and also still lots of riding in the summer too. So all those things I feel like has just helped me progress my snowboarding. So yeah, thank you for mentioning it, man. And another thing too is riding with riders who are pushing my riding as well. Like, so when I ride with TJ, I definitely feel like he pushes my riding. He's like, he's a really talented, advanced rider. So when I see him doing tricks or riding in through the powder, like doing those crazy carves, then it's like inspiring and it pushes me to do the same. Hopefully gonna be riding with TJ and Bo sometime soon in Colorado. So looking forward to riding with those guys. But if we are down in Colorado, I want to go and ride with those guys, obviously. But it would be great to ride with some of the YouTubers down there. Ryan Napton definitely comes to mind. So you can just imagine doing a day riding with somebody like Ryan Napton. It's going to push your carving skills and it's going to like inspire you. So sometimes riding with people that are better than you, or you know, maybe they just do one trick better than you even, and then you can just like learn off of that. So that's a cool thing with like riding with friends, is that you guys can kind of like feed off of each other, get inspired, and then yeah, even teach each other tricks or like cool things with carving or how to land a powder drop, all those kinds of things. Yeah, and thanks for the super chat, man. Okay, so another super chat from Blind Speaks. For East Coast icy moguls, is T-Rice Pro a good fit? Definitely. I feel like those LibTech boards are perfect for the East Coast, for icy conditions because of the magnet traction. So if you guys don't know, magnet traction is just basically like a wavy serrated edge. So imagine if you have a loaf of bread and you need to cut through it with like a steak knife compared to a bread knife. It's the same sort of concept where the T-Rice Pro has got the wavy magnet traction, so that serrated edge. and it just cuts into the ice, and it works really well. So if you guys are on the ice coast and you're looking for a board, I would suggest like LibTech. Also, the Arbor boards have what's called GripTech, so they have bumps along the edges as well. And then there's another brand, the Jones boards also have the magnet traction on their boards as well. And I think GNU do too, so lots of boards out there that have that sort of wavy serrated edge. If you're on the ice coast, it's definitely worth checking out. And Dominic Arviello with the super chat. Thanks, Dom. I hope it's okay if I call you Dom. And he says, favorite mountain. Oh man, that's pretty tough. I feel like if I could be sent back, if I could go to any mountain at the moment, it's pretty tough, but just for like, I would probably go back to Japan. And there's so many mountains in Japan, but I would love to get more powder days at the one mountain called, even there, that's a tough call. So at Hapo One, there was like some awesome alpine, some incredible trees. I'd love to get more days back there just because it was so unique and so different. So yeah, I feel like Hapo One in Japan, or I guess I'll just stick to that one. That was pretty cool. I feel like every mountain though is different. Like, so some of the other ones, I'm definitely gonna go back to Europe next season as well. The mountains in Europe are so steep and like advanced. There's just some awesome technical riding there and like beautiful spots. Even the terrain park at Stanton Park had just like incredible views. So I don't know. And I do obviously love Whistler Blackcomb, some incredible mountains here. But yeah, those Japan mountains were so unique. And yeah, so the area where Hapo One is in this area of the mountain called Hakuba. So it's the Hakuba Valley. My girlfriend Jill's been calling it Habuka, and it's been getting me very confused. Okay, and thanks for the super chat. All right, I'm gonna try and see if I can deflect the glare. All right, Daniel Z, what's up, Daniel, with the super chat? Kevin, can you tell us where you are? Maybe someone in Whistler can crash in the live chat. Yeah, definitely. So I'm on the side, I'm just like at the base of the mountain and kind of like across from the Longhorn. So like the Longhorn patio, there's like a section, like I'm right beside the bottom of the Fitzsimmons chairlift. So if you're around and you're at the base of the Fitzsimmons chairlift, come by, say hi. Yeah, get in on this live chat. And what else do we got? So yeah, Daniel Z, thanks to the super chat, man. And Tommy Ta with the super chat. Kev, I finally got my toes down after 3 times going. Thanks for your video. I also bought the new Solomon Huck knife and T-Rice Pro. Dude, that's amazing. Really good choices. Yeah, those boards are amazing. The Solomon Huck knife, that's a perfect, just like park board. It's great for learning tricks. So when it comes time to like learn switch and start to get into presses and things and go for those 180s and try boxes, that's a great board. And then, yeah, man, that T-Rice for carving is gonna be great. So if you've got some icy conditions or if you just wanna go and do some high speed riding, I feel like that the T-Rice is the perfect one. And yeah, glad the videos helped you for your toes, getting that toe turn down. The toes are definitely harder because with heels, you're sliding on your heels, everything is in front of you, you can see everything ahead. And then for the toes, whoa, I'm getting some crazy splashes going on. And for the toes, you're sliding backwards, right? So it's a bit more intimidating. But a few of those like tips in those videos there with the toe sliding and toe turns, and it just makes all that stuff so much easier. So really happy that helped you out, man. Oh, we got some cloud cover now too, so there's not such a crazy glare on the screen here. Yeah, thanks, Tommy. Keep up those toe turns, man. Just make them 50% of the mountain. If you can make it heel and toe, just 50-50, then you're gonna be progressing like crazy. And then when it comes time, move on to switch and get that 50-50 switch. The only new thing when learning switch is that now your what was your back foot will become your front foot. And Mr. Perry with the super chat, thanks, man. 3 nor'easter, just hit the east coast, no ice here. Oh, cool, good to know. All right, so it's not the ice coast at the moment. You guys got good snow, it's amazing. Okay, and we've got a snowboarder over there eyeing us up. I wonder if they're watching the live chat. Just somebody's looking over here. And Okazario with the super chat as well. Awesome, thank you. All right, thanks guys for all the super chats. It's very sick. That's very cool of you guys. So David Poole says, "Hi dude, should I get a cheat board for dry slopes as I have no snow here in the UK?" Yeah, that's probably a good call. It's like for the dry slopes, I don't know, I don't have much experience, but I feel like you don't want to get an expensive board. It may get ruined on a dry slope. And Shelby Kelser, just moved to Ohio. How can I make snowboard friends to go with me? I don't know, just like anywhere else, I guess. Head to the mountain and talk to people on the chair. Maybe find some people that are with the same goals that you have for snowboarding, and yeah, so find some cool people to ride with. If anybody's on the channel from Ohio, yeah, talk to Shelby Kaiser. Maybe you guys can meet up and go riding together. And super chat from Barman91. Thank you. And Kev, could you give a quick review on the Yes Libra? Looking for my first do-it-all board. Got 6 full days on the slope so far and did pretty well. Yeah, for sure. At some point, you can do the Yes Libra. I'll pass that on to TJ as well. You know, TJ does tons of board reviews here on the channel. But yeah, I don't have one at the moment, but if I can find one, a Yes Libra snowboard, I'll definitely look into it. Would love to ride more Yes boards. And yeah, if you guys are interested too, we'll do more reviews on sort of like do everything boards, because those are good to have as well. Just that one board that can do it all. So for myself, I would say like if I could only have one board, I would probably, maybe it might be the T-Rice, because it can go in powder. It's good for freestyle. But I know that those Yes boards as well, there's some really great Yes boards that are do everything. And actually every brand has those few boards that are kind of like a good do-it-all type board. Okay. And we got Daniel. Sorry guys, the glare on the screen. I need to get an anti-glare cover. All right, Daniel Gutierrez with the super chat. Thanks, Daniel. And Daniel says, hey Kev, just upgraded to the 1617 K2 happy hour, the spiky one. Think it's a good do-it-all board. I love the design. Thanks for the super chat, man. Sorry, I'm not familiar with that board, so I don't know if it's a good do-everything board, but I feel like with any board, you can kind of make it do everything, so maybe if you leave that question below as well, leave it below in the comments, and afterwards I can kind of check out that board, and then I'll get back to you in the comments below. And if anybody is watching this, the replay, you can leave a question below, and then I'll definitely get back to you guys as well. Awesome, so thank you guys all for tuning in. Tons of questions here. All right. And Brett Lennon says, what did you think of the Olympics? Yeah, the Olympics were cool. I didn't watch much of the Olympics, to be honest. I did watch the men's half pipe for snowboarding, and that was pretty exciting. I wish I caught more of it, but it was just on at weird times, and I think I was in Japan for most of it too, so we didn't have TV or cable. But yeah, it was cool. It's cool to see like some snowboarders, some really like amazing snowboarders getting lots of recognition and credit and getting paid as well. So that's cool to see snowboarders getting paid for doing what they do. Red Gerard, 17-year-old kid, won slopes. Did he win slopestyle? Won slopestyle, yeah, the gold medal. So that's really awesome to see. And lots of Canadians were in the top couple, like Max Pro and Mark McMorris and all those guys. And yeah, some YouTubers as well, like Stale, he was competing in it. So awesome to see all those guys, yeah, competing, making some sponsorship dough, and yeah, having a good time. It's just showing, getting the world like more interested in snowboarding. So that's pretty awesome. I noticed that while the Olympics were happening, there was actually like a big spike in the numbers on Snowboard Pro Camp. So I think it's in part because it's exposing new people to snowboarding. So that's always good. And Espia Akiao says, what do you prefer, snow park or normal riding? Ooh, that's tough. I think powder's my favorite, and then like a sunny park day like today is my second favorite. And Joel Ojeda says, any tips for front threes? Yeah, so progress up to it. Definitely get your front ones down first. Try some front threes off the side. So maybe ride up a bank, do a front three. Try some front threes just off of side type hits. And then, yeah, just find a small jump with good conditions. And you want to do it so that you're on your toes coming up the jump, rocking onto your heels, and then spinning that front three so that when you take off, your board is on the heels, pointed straight, and then just keep your head looking around. So, and yeah, definitely check out the videos in the snowboard trick playlist on front threes as well. That'll help. And Ainsley Harriet says, does a stiff board need stiff boots? No, not at all. Just like a soft board, you don't need soft boots. It kind of depends on what you're looking to do. If you're like really into carving, then you may want to have stiff boots as well. But a lot of people ride a stiff board in the park, and they want to have soft boots as well. So you can mix it up depending on your own preference. And David Lowen says, when are you coming back to Lake Tahoe? We are getting dumped on. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that you guys are getting tons and tons of snow. Yeah, it's a shame when TJ and I were there, we got like no snow at all. It was just man-made snow. But yeah, I would love to go back at some point. Seemed like really lots of resorts in the Lake Tahoe area there. Okay, so a couple more super chats here. So Okazario with the super chat, thank you. And they say, hey Kevin, saw the latest GoPro setup video. Still using that setup. How does your audio sound so good? Is that inbuilt GP audio? If so, what setting? Yeah, so for the audio with the GoPro, I think there's there's like a setting, there's something that's turned on when you get, it's the wind resistance with the GoPro. On the GoPro 6, I actually turned the wind resistance off on the microphone. I don't know why, but it makes the audio sound funny. It kind of distorts the sound of your voice. So go into your GoPro settings if you have the 6 and turn the wind cut like feature off. And then I think the audio then sounds better. Also, when filming audio with the GoPro, always make sure that there's no wind, because wind can really throw you off with the GoPro. Even just like a little bit of wind on the mic, it just kind of it doesn't sound right. So, and I think this is the biggest one. This is the thing I see people doing the most, is that when you're filming audio on the GoPro, have it really close to your face. So right now, I'm filming this on my iPhone, but it's only, I don't know, like 12 inches from my face, or like 30 centimeters, not even. Same with the GoPro. So I put it on linear mode, so it's not that super widescreen. And then I also hold the GoPro like super close to my face, like not even a foot away. Same thing when I'm filming other people. Get that GoPro right in people's face for audio. But yeah, thanks for the super chat, and yeah, really good question. Okay. And then Wayne Dawson says, we can see that in your sunnies. Oh yeah, what can you see? The phone. Oh. Harry Lake, how do you prevent over-rotation when learning 360s off of kickers and drops? Yeah, that's a really common problem, is to over-rotate. And I think that the best way to avoid over-rotating is to almost like think about spinning at 270, and then you can almost twist like the last 90. That's it's kind of like what goes through my mind when I'm doing spins, is like not over spinning. And so sometimes you just gotta, even past 270, you go for like a 300, and then that last little bit, you just twist it. So if you find yourself over spinning the landing, maybe back off of it a bit, and twist that last little bit out. Another thing to look at is your takeoff. So if you're sliding the takeoff a lot, then you're probably going to be sliding the landing. So make sure instead of sliding off the landing, you're really getting a clean pop. So you're getting like straight up into the air. And then if you're going straight up into the air, then for the landing, you'll most likely be coming like straight down too. Whereas when you slide, you might not get very much height. So then you slide the takeoff and then slide the landing. And Rachel's going snowboarding this weekend. Wish me luck. All right, Rochelle. Good luck, Rochelle. Joe Sanders, Alps, Whistler, or Japan? Which do you prefer? Oh. Wow. That's tough. I don't want to say. I can't say. I don't know. I haven't spent enough time yet in Japan. But I would say I did have a run in Japan that was like one of the best in my life. And that was after only a week in Japan, so. Phineas Sanders, hey, I'm driving to Mammoth Monday. Any tips for driving in the snow? Whoa. Definitely get some snow chains. I would honestly, I feel like if there's a chance that you're gonna be driving in like a snowstorm, get some chains. Then that way, the snow comes, throw those chains on, and then you're safe. Definitely make sure you have snow tires, and all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive definitely helps. But one thing that saved me a few times this year is having snow chains. And just drive slowly too. Awesome, guys. Thanks for all the great questions. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for all the super chats. And Bo Pollard, Japow. What's up, Bo? Hopefully see you soon, man. I'm looking to book my flight to Denver. So I'm going to book it today, but I think I'm going to come at the end of this month. So from like the 30th until April 6th. So if you got some time off work, if you can create some time, well, definitely let's go ride, man. We need to come up with like a new word though. New word for Colorado snowboarding. We need like a Japow, but for Colorado. And Austin says he's throwing a bachelor party for his buddy in Mammoth. Very cool. Justin saying, how can I try new boards before buying them? So a lot of shops, some shops will allow you to demo boards, and you may have to pay a small amount. But here at say Showcase in Whistler, you can demo a board, and then it costs you $50 or something. And then if you like it, or if you buy any snowboard from Showcase, I think, then they just take the price of the demo off the cost of the board. So that's one way to do it. Sometimes on the mountains, like on the mountain here in Whistler, I guess they're not free demos. I think you still have to pay. But then, yeah, the cost of demoing the board can go towards buying it. And Wayne Dawson with the super chat. Thanks, Wayne. No question or comment, just the super chat. Appreciate it, man. And sorry, guys, just gotta skip through some of the questions. If I miss your question or your comment, just ask it again. Trying to get to as many as possible. But yeah, sometimes it just gets overwhelming. We got 161 people watching. Thank you guys all for tuning in. 90 likes. Awesome. Let's see if we can get up to over 100. And yeah, thank you guys for all the super chats. And the Snowboard Obsession comes in with the super chat. Best flip to learn first. Lame, barrel roll, or super? I don't know. I think that's probably personal preference. For myself, like, I'm trying to think at the trampoline center. When I'm doing trips, when I'm doing flips at the trampoline center, I think the front flip is the easiest one. Or is it the back? I don't know. Yeah, I think it just depends on which one you practice more ahead of time on a trampoline. I know that the tame dog is a really popular one, so that's like the side flip forward, the tame dog. I would say that's probably the easiest one, tame dog. I'll say that. Shelby Kaiser, thoughts on step-on bindings, worth it or not? I probably wouldn't recommend step-ons to anyone unless like they are just like a casual rider that's looking for the convenience of having step-ons. I just found like there was a few little things that I didn't like about them. And then so it's not really worth it for the convenience. So like there was a couple little pressure points in the boots. And then also limiting your boot selection. You got to get the step-on boots, obviously. And yeah, kind of some of the like play, some of the movement within the step-ons was a bit distracting as well. So for those reasons, I would just go for the regular bindings. But if you're somebody that really needs the convenience of the step-ons, like you don't like sitting down in the snow, or it's kind of like hard to get your bindings done up, then I feel like that would be huge. But then you still do have to bend down to undo them. So you're just only taking away half the work, really. Nerf Bros says, how do I donate? So there's a super chat button. I think it's right beside where you ask, like you type in your stuff, your question. But I think on iPhones, I don't think iPhones work. I think it's just like Android phones and computers. I don't know if you can donate with the iPhone. And Danny says, Kevin, you ever think of visiting Sochi? Yeah, I could do. Sochi. Where is that? Is that China? That would be cool. Wait, no, Sochi. That's South Korea. Yeah, South Korea. I don't have any plans. I don't think the snowboarding is supposed to be all that good in South Korea. I could be wrong. Ooh, I saw somebody said, good parkboard, Nick Dutter, good parkboard under $500. So a couple good parkboards under 500. I think there's not, this Battalion Global Warmer may be under 500. Also the Burton Process, that's under 500. The Solomon Huck Knife, that comes in under 500. So lots of good options out there for you guys. Catherine Lee, Timberline versus Mount Hood, which has better POW and which has better park? Going early April. Isn't Mount Hood and Timberline the same thing? I know, or are you talking about Mount Hood Meadows? Mount Hood Meadows versus Timberline. So I think Timberline has a better park. Mount Hood Meadows has better powder. I think that's the story. And you're going in early April. Awesome. I think I'm going at the end of March and at the end of May, so I might miss you. Adrian Hulgwin, how about pawn shop boards? Yeah, if you can get it, if you're looking for a good price, you're looking for a good deal, then that's definitely an option, either online or in a pawn shop for sure. Woo! So I just got sprayed with tons of snow there. Oh, Sochi's in Russia. All right. Also, come ride in Australia. Yeah, I would love to. Diego Serrano, which board brand do you like best? Oh, okay. So if I had to pick one board brand, I think if I had to pick one board brand, maybe I'd choose Libtech. I like the magnet traction. Spodez, when should I start doing tricks? I think you can start doing tricks when you can really start doing tricks anytime, but I would suggest like learning how to ride switch first. I feel like that's like a good skill to have. And yeah, just when you're confident with your riding and your turns and you're in control, then you can start trying tricks. Sorry guys, gonna wipe off the lens real quick here. All right. It sounds like a good idea for a video actually. When to start learning tricks. And Alan says, did the airline ever find Bo's bag? Did they ship it to you guys? Yeah, so it came, I think Bo had a snowboard 2 days with rental stuff, and then his board bag came. And Matt Creech says, tips on throwing 180s off rails! Exclamation points. Yeah, so off rails, I think you want to get on 50-50, lock it in, and then for the 180 off, for me, it's about twisting. So start to turn your upper body in the direction that you want a 180 so that you can twist your hips and your board below you as you come off. It's probably easy on like a flat like rail too, just to start a flat or possibly like an up rail. That way you have some time to get the 180 around. So Olive Koss says, I'm so annoyed, but I really want to thank you. Your beginner videos helped me so much. Last week was my first time snowboarding. My boyfriend was so confused how did I know all those things? Awesome. Glad the beginner playlist helped you. That's amazing. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for watching. And Yeti with the super chat. If you could only do one workout for snowboarding for bad knees, what would it be? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know what the best workout is for bad knees. Maybe squats or lunges, but I don't know if that's good for your knees or not. Maybe swimming. Is swimming good for your knees? Swimming could be good. Riding a bicycle could be good. Probably a trampoline is probably not very healthy for bad knees. But yeah, you could try some of those things. I feel like with anything, you want to keep them moving. So either with biking, swimming, probably jogging is probably the worst thing. Running is probably the worst thing for your knees. I'd say whatever feels good, whatever you do, whatever type of activity you do, and then you feel good after, I feel like that's probably the best one for your knees. Awesome. Wow, guys, let's gonna scroll down a bit further. Thank you guys all for these awesome questions. Sorry if I'm missing your questions, trying to get to everyone. If I miss it, if you guys have a question you really need, check out that super chat, highlights your question. But yeah, trying to get through as many as I can. And yeah, thanks guys too. Got over 139 likes. Sick, guys. Luke Robinson, fave mountain in the USA. I'd have to say my favorite mountain is Mount Bachelor. We went there the last 2 years. Tried to go this year, but it didn't work out for whatever reason. But yeah, they just have such awesome tree riding there. Some of the best tree riding. So, but Mammoth Mountain was also incredible, and I would love to go back there, ride some more. Between Mammoth and Bachelor, but I'm thinking probably Bachelor has better snow. And Kirill Bogomolov says, thank you for your vids. Snowboarding became a bit of an addiction this year. You're doing great content. Awesome. Thanks, man. And Chaos95, what gear should I wear when it's snowing? Yeah, check out some of my gear videos. We've got videos on there that we just go through like our full gear list. But yeah, definitely check out some snowboard jacket. You want to make sure it's waterproof, long enough. You know, in snowboarding, you don't want that snow going up your back, so a bit longer of a jacket. And then, yeah, pants, and I don't know, there's a whole list of stuff in there. Awesome. Shelby Kaiser, how to make a living by snowboarding, be an instructor, a YouTube star. How can I do it all the time? Yeah, just do all those things. You can teach snowboarding. You can make YouTube videos. You can work in a snowboard shop. I don't know, tons of ways, I guess. Right now, you know, with the internet, you can make a living pretty much doing anything. So just go for the thing that's most appealing to you. When I started, I loved teaching snowboarding because I got to ride every single day. I was teaching people like in person, which was really rewarding. And yeah, it actually paid pretty good for, compared to other jobs that I had at the time. So when I started, I went from basically, I worked at like a restaurant making like $8 an hour. And then I got a job teaching snowboarding for like 15. And that just like blew my mind when I was like 19 years old. So yeah, it can be a pretty, it depends on the person though. Everyone wants to do different things. So maybe making snowboard videos is more for you, but then that's more difficult to make money as well. So you might have to like combo it with different things. Maybe live and work in a resort and then at the same time, you know, do your passion. So sometimes, yeah, you just compromise. And Wichner Nagian says, can you make a video on how to film? Yeah, for sure. I feel like with filming, it's, you know, the best camera to have, especially in snowboarding, is the one that you'll use the most. So for me, it's the GoPro with a couple like really key tools, like like one of those selfie sticks. You can film yourself or film your friends. And even a gimbal. The gimbals are great to keep it really smooth. So pick up a gimbal, a GoPro or some kind of action camera. You can even film on your phone like I'm doing now. So whichever way, and then just get some kind of easy editing program and you're set. All right, so I missed a few super chats. So we're just gonna go back and get to a few of those. Harry Forks with the super chat. And I tried super chat earlier, but it didn't send. Been watching your videos for the last year and it's inspired me to be where I am now. I'm in month 4 of 5 working in the Alps with 3 full days riding each week. Oh man, that's so cool. That's awesome. Great to hear. So glad that the channel inspired you to do that, man. That's so cool. Yeah, I hope you're having a blast this season in the Alps. That's perfect, man. That was my dream too. When I was, I used to watch snowboard videos and they inspired me to move to Whistler. And so I'm really happy to hear that. And yeah, just keep it rolling, man. Thanks for the super chat, Harry. I hope you're having the best season. That's sick too, that you have 3 full days to ride. That's the balance right there. You work part of it, and then so that you can have those days on the mountain for yourself. So that's amazing. Harrison Sharp with the super chat. Thanks, Harrison. How do you know if you need a wide board? I would say like once you have size 11 or 11.5 boots, that's when you should start maybe looking at wide boards. Sometimes when you have those like 11 and 11.5s, yeah, you get like heel or toe drag when you carve, and any kind of like heel or toe drag will just mean that you have less stability going around like sharp turns, because if your boots hit, it's just gonna, you know, knock your board away from the snow. So yeah, and I really don't see, there's not too many downsides of having a wider board. There's some actually positives too. So yeah, sacrifice, you could go for like a little bit of a wider board on if you have say 11 or bigger. And that's so that's American sizes as well. So maybe check that out. Yeah, it will just save you all those like hassles of catching a heel or a toe in the snow. It's super annoying when that happens. And Yeti Weed again with the super chat. Thanks, Yeti. If you could only do, I already got this one with the bad knees. I would say, yeah, maybe ask like not a chiropractor, like a physiotherapist or a personal trainer. Somebody, those people would know too for sure, for bad knees specifically. And Eurofighter 24.99 with the super chat. Thick socks or thin socks. I have tight boots, but still feel movement at the heel. So if you've got some heel movement, I don't think that thicker socks might help a little bit, but I feel like even then it's not going to help enough. I wear snowboard socks that they're not thick, but they're not thin either. They're kind of like in between. They've got some padding in places. But what you can do is, if you have some heel lift as well, is you can get like these like inserts that can go sort of in front of your heel, but they kind of like help to just suck your heel back into place. So if you can maybe visit a snowboard shop or somewhere where they do boot fitting, they can kind of design something for your boot so that, and it's pretty simple, but it's just a couple of pieces of material they can put in there to help to get your heel back and hold it back there. And then if that's not an option, if it's really loose, I would suggest checking out some new boots. And a lot of the boots now come with those like different kinds of inserts that you can put into your boots to make sure that the heel is really sunken back in there and holding. I don't think that, thicker socks will do too much. Anything, thicker socks could actually just become a nuisance, and if they get bunched up, or even if it's, like right now it's not that cold, so I don't want to wear really thick socks, and comfort is the main thing. So making sure that you have comfortable socks, and then any issues with boots, then you can sort that out separately. But really good question. So much, got a big spray that time. But yeah, boots can be tough to deal with sometimes. All right. Awesome, guys. Thank you guys for all the super chats. It's very sick. And so Ruben Hernandez says, yo, Kev, check out Mount Hood Meadows and Hood River. All right. It's one of the places I want to check out. Heard lots of good things. And Barman91, directional or true twin for all mountain? I would say directional, because for all mountain riding and you're like charging around and you want to have like all that performance, then a directional board will just be more designed to keep your edge holding to the snow, allow you to like make those more aggressive turns. And if you're not worried about riding like tons of switch, then and a directional board can be the way to go. And then even if you do ride switch, you can still ride switch on a directional board. It's not as ideal, but you can still do it. So I believe that the T-Rice is directional. I wish I knew that for sure. But I love having an all mountain board that's like really designed for all mountain riding. And that would be a directional board. Awesome, guys. I feel like as we're doing these live chats every week too, the questions are just getting better and better. Seeing the names that I recognize week to week. Thank you guys all for tuning in. And super stoked. Thank you guys all for being here. If you guys want to get notifications every time I go live, hit the bell beside the subscribe button. It just gives you a notification every time we go live or every time we upload a video. So if you want to be one of the first ones to comment, just hit the bell beside the subscribe button, and then you get all those notifications. So I go live every Friday. TJ goes live every Monday for like advice on buying a board. And then sometimes we go live sort of like spontaneously too. If we're like starting a trip, or for some reason we might just go live spontaneously. And Justin Visey, hey Kev, you going on Patreon today? Yeah, definitely. So thanks for the super chat, Justin. And after this, I'm gonna go on to Patreon for another 30 minutes. So if you guys have any other questions that you really need answering, basically Patreon, for $3 a month, you get 3 perks. So we do another 30-minute live stream, which is like much smaller. So it's way easier just to like have a conversation with you guys on here and answer all your questions. Also upload bonus videos, bonus tips to Patreon too. So just like extra info to help you guys learn tricks or with the riding. And then some exclusive content that only goes up on Patreon. So if you want to support the channel and get some free perks or extra perks, check out Patreon. Yeah, and I'll be going on to Patreon right after this live chat for another 30 minutes. And Asa Barrett, I recently been getting into park. Any tips? Yeah, for sure. So if you're just getting into park, it was actually really perfect. Today I was riding with my friend Johnny, another subscriber to the channel, and it was like one of his first days riding park. And basically he was like, yeah, hitting the smaller jumps, which is definitely, you want to start small. And then also just like doing what you're comfortable with. So, you know, hitting the jump slower, like with the speed you feel comfortable with, and making sure that there's nobody else in the way. Today was actually, it got pretty busy. And when the park got busy, we just like called it a day and rode down, because when it's super busy in there, then that's when things can kind of go wrong. You can hit somebody or, you know, get in somebody's way. Also, make sure the snow conditions are good when you first learn park. Today was kind of an average day. The sun was out, which made it awesome. Actually, today was good conditions for park, but in the spring, it can actually be better when like you have that soft snow. That's kind of like the best time to really get into park for the first time. So yeah, just those kinds of things. And then ahead of time, just practice lots outside the park first. Get your ollies and nollies down, all your like speed checks, get some like, what else? Like riding with speed. Yeah, get some grabs on some side hits outside the park, all those kinds of things. You can also even practice 180s outside the park. So all those kinds. And then take it into the park and just start nice and slow. And Alan wants to know when my bromance with TJ is going to continue. Yeah, TJ and I have been spending tons of time together this season, and those drone style shots are always inspirational. Awesome. Yeah, TJ's got the drone. I've got a drone too, but mine's broken. I ran it into a wall, but need to get the drone fixed and yeah, get back on it. And Justin says the T-Rice Pro is a twin board. Okay, good to know. I'll have to remember that. Paulo Janata, recommendations for heavy snow day. Yeah, keep your speed up across any flat parts, and yeah, stay on that back foot so you keep your nose up out of that snow. Heavy snow days can be difficult. Agracio, anyone watching from the resort to show up in the video? I don't think so. Nobody's watching at the resort. They're probably snowboarding. But yeah, I'm beside the bottom of the Fitzsimmons chair. Jenna Marley, can we get an Aspen vlog? Definitely. Yeah, for sure. Oh wait, where is Aspen? Is Aspen in Colorado? If I go to Aspen, I'll be definitely doing some vlogs there. And Turtle Zed says, hit the thumbs up, everybody at once. All right. And let's see. Okay, let's see it jump from 164. And 3, 2, 1. All right, hit the thumbs up and see. Let's see where it goes to. It's still at 163 at the moment. Oh, 174. All right, so we had 11 thumbs up all at once. Oh, 191. Wow, that's like almost 30 thumbs up at once. Good job, guys. Amy Huang, 196, says, if there are any scratches on my board, not gashes from rocks and small branches, should I get it repaired with P-Tex or should I just wax over it? If they're like really shallow gashes, like there's no like, you're not seeing into any deeper levels of your board, then you can just put some wax on it. But if it's getting a little bit deep, then yeah, it's worth P-Texing. I would actually say that it's worth, if you can afford it, taking it into like a shop where they do it like professionally, and just get them to do it because they can do like the professional good job. You can try it yourself for the first time. You know, if you've got some kind of like medium depth gashes, you can try P-Texing it yourself. But I recommend if they're deep, definitely take them into a shop. And then if they're shallow, you can just fill them in with wax. And Banat says, I'm from Romania and I'm a great fan. Awesome, thanks Banat. Maybe we'll do like a speed zone. So I try to get through a bunch of questions as fast as possible. If you guys have any questions that you really need answering too, hit the super button because probably you have to take off pretty soon and then jump onto Patreon. But yeah, thank you guys all for tuning in. Ruben, your videos are great, man. I can't stop watching them. Awesome. Thanks, Ruben. D-Money, are you planning to come to Wyoming? That's on the plans for next winter for sure. Yeah, Jackson Hole. And Garrett says hello. Hi, Garrett. Brady Johnson, what's a good all-round goofy board? It doesn't matter, regular or goofy. I would say a good all-round board. Oh man, there's so many. Check out the T-Rice. And Cannonball 180. Have you ever been to Utah? If so, how is it? Never been. Just watched the entire chat. Nice videos. It's still rolling. We're still going. Thanks for tuning in, man. Shelby Kaiser, gloves or mittens? Definitely mittens. Mittens are my favorite. I just picked up these mittens a little while ago, the Crab Gab, loving them. And Ruben says, Brandy, the Arbor Formula. Oh, that's a good board. Turtle Zed, mittens every time. And Jenna Marley, what was the last time you went skiing? It's been like 15 years, but I did do both at the start. Went skiing and snowboarding. It was actually easier to make a living. Sorry guys, hope it reconnects. What's up guys? All right, so I think it's all good. So Daniel with the super chat. I'm a part-time PT. I'm a PT and work with athletes that have knee pain and regular Joes. Best thing to go for is starting with an exercise called terminal knee extension. Awesome, Daniel. Yeah, good advice, man. Thanks. Terminal knee extension. Check that out. I hope that's good advice. I'm gonna believe you. Maybe everyone, yeah. If you have knee problems, check out the terminal knee extension. Thanks, Daniel. That's the awesome thing with like Snowboard Pro Camp, these live chats, is that we're like building a snowboard community. We can all help each other. In the last video, Chris was telling his injury of his, the story of his snowboard injury, and so what he's doing to get through that as well. And then I saw loads of comments where people were talking about their injuries and coming back. So yeah, this is a great way we can support each other with the community and encourage each other, give people awesome advice. So yeah, thanks for the advice. That's really cool. Okazario with the super chat again. Helmets, airfit, turn dial, or foam? What's best? Ooh, I think the turn dial one. That can be a good one for getting a good snug fit. Airfit. I'm not sure what airfit is, or foam. What's best? So I feel like everyone's head. You gotta get the helmet that's like the most comfortable for you. I've been riding these like sandbox helmets for quite a few years, and yeah, even for me, like I've kind of got a misshapen head a little bit, so I just I think that was just like a standard foam, but I kind of customize it by taking some of the padding out, and then I also wear my beanie underneath. So you just kind of got to figure out what works for you the best. I don't know which one is the best out there, but I feel like you got to customize it to what you prefer. And Joel Winarski with the super chat. Thanks, Joel. And Joel just says, keep up the good work. Yeah, definitely, man. Thank you so much for the support. We'll keep it going. This is it. We're going to keep this rolling all summer as well. So stay tuned. Thanks so much for the super chat, man. Definitely helps to pay the bills and keep all these going. So thank you. And see, Chris Ayers is on the chat. What's up, Chris? Yeah, Chris was in the last video talking about his recovery, coming back. All right, and Yash Patel 82. Shout out to Yash Patel 82. Thanks for tuning in, man. 203 likes. Awesome, guys. I was gonna go a bit longer because I missed the last live chat because of technical difficulties. So I was gonna hang out with here with you guys until just for a while. Let's see how it goes. And Pitar Dimitrov, have you ever been to Bulgaria? There are some great and cheap winter resorts here. No, never been, but maybe have to take a look next season. I know that our friends from England that we went on the Euro trip with, Yannick and Rav. I know they've done some trips to Eastern Europe, so maybe next year we'll do like an Eastern European trip. Amy Huang says, when should I get a helmet? If I'm just carving on easy trails, should I still get a helmet? Yeah, I think you should. Like, some of my hardest falls have been when I wasn't doing anything. Like, either somebody ran into me or just something weird happened which made me fall, like a inconsistency in the snow, or just kind of like a weird something would happen. So I feel like a crash or a fall could happen at any time, even in the lift line. If you're standing there and then, you know, the snow's kind of uneven under your feet and it makes you like slip out, you can fall over, hit your head. So there's lots of times, I feel like right from the start, if you just get a helmet that's comfortable and you like the style of, like, I feel like the Sandbox helmets are a really cool style. That's why I wear them, and they're comfortable. So if you can find one like that, then it doesn't change your riding. It just becomes part of your apparel. So I think just even right from the start. Lots of people shouting out Chris on here. And Justin Lowe, hello from Oslo, Norway. Adjusted my board and the tail started whooping around when I was riding. What could be the problem, Kevin? Adjusted my board and the tail started whooping around. So is it coming around too fast? Because the more you set your bindings towards the tail and making the tail smaller, then the quicker it'll come around. So a lot of times that's a good thing. If you want to do really quick turns, then you want your bindings towards the tail, and yeah, it just makes that turn come around faster. If you want the tail to come around slower, then I would say move your bindings maybe more towards the center. So that's something you can try. Having more of a centered stance will have your tail coming around slower. And Scott George says, yo, dude, my question is, when I do an ollie, do I need to push my front foot forward, then pop my right foot back? How's it going, man? Good, thanks. Push your front foot forward. I don't think you need to push your front foot forward. It's more about like moving your hips back over your tail and then like using your tail like a spring. So yeah, get your hips back, bend that back leg, and then find that sweet spot. Every board is a little bit different. On a camber board, I feel like the sweet spot is really just like just on the tail, the center of the tail. With some of the reverse camber boards, you got to sort of more spring it right off of all the way off of the tip of the tail, like all the way at the end. And then with some of the hybrid boards, the sweet spot of the ollie is like right under your back foot. So yeah, play around with it. And yeah, it's all about moving your hips back and springing off that tail. And JG just says, hey Kevin, what's up, Jay? Jordan Main, stance tips on angles and widths. Yeah, if it's a powder day or if you're doing lots of all mountain riding, move that stance back. If you're riding switch and in the park, you want to have a centered stance. I like to do mine at about plus 13 in the front, negative 13 in the back. But you can play around with that a little bit. And for widths wise, like a little bit wider than the width of your shoulders. If it's too wide, you can kind of get some knee pain, or if it's too narrow, you can get some knee pain as well. So if it's too narrow too, you can kind of feel like you're off balance. So yeah, just play around with that stance a bit and get it to where it feels good for you. And I see that Carrie Pierce is on the live chat. What's up, Carrie? It was awesome to meet you and your family. I wish we could have spent more time with you guys. We should have like met up for some lunch or dinner. It would have been awesome just to hang out or to do some runs. But next time we. Yeah. All right. Okay, I think it's back. Sorry guys, a few technical difficulties, but it keeps coming back. Harold Lopez with the super chat. Thanks, Harold. Hey, excellent work. When you come to Norway, big fan. Yeah, we'll have to start planning a Norway trip. If you have any advice on where we should come to in Norway, it'd be great to leave it below. I think there's some great pro riders from Norway. And yeah, definitely have to make it to Norway one day. And Rudy says, are you putting your boas too tight? When I got boas, I turned them way too much. Broke cords while going down a blue. Yeah, I guess with the boas, the tricky thing is that it's pretty easy to over tighten them. So find that sweet spot. I had the Salomon Synapse, and they were not the boots for me. For whatever reason, I just couldn't, they weren't comfortable. I had to go back to 32s and the traditional lacing system. But I have tried some of the Burton boas when I was demoing the step-ons, and they were fine. They were really comfortable. So I feel like it wasn't the boas with the Solomons. It was more of they weren't comfortable for my feet. But yeah, boas you can definitely over tighten. Awesome, guys. And Scott George says, hey, can you show how to ollie? Yeah, well, check out the snowboard trick playlist. There are tons of videos on there for ollies. There's at least, I think there's 3 ollie videos. So check some of those out. All right, I just gotta block somebody really quick. And Surfer says, who inspired you to try out snowboarding? I can't remember. I think it was just from going skiing at first. Like when I was a teenager, I'd go skiing, and then I started to see people snowboarding, and it just looked like fun. It kind of looked like surfing and skateboarding, which I probably saw when I was a kid on TV, and you know, like surfing and skateboarding, it looked so cool. So then snowboarding was just the closest thing to that. And yeah, so that's why I tried it. And then it has that, once I tried it, and snowboarding, it just has that sort of like surfy, flowy feel to it, which is really addictive. Once you do like a few like good turns on your snowboard, it becomes addictive, and you just want to keep going with it. So yeah, I just got addicted from first seeing that it was kind of like surfing and skateboarding, and then yeah, I just got addicted to it after I tried it. And Will Fleming says, hey, are you going to meet up with David Jones? Hopefully. So either in Colorado, I'd love to meet up with them, or here in Whistler. I'll send him a message soon, and hopefully get to meet up with David Jones and make some videos with him. Yeah, he's a lot of fun to watch on YouTube. Shout out to some of the other snowboard YouTubers who's all out there. Matt Miniaki, Jonathan Buckhouse down in Colorado. Who else? Check out TJ's channel, Board Archive. He's also making videos. There's a whole bunch of people out there. So yeah, check out check out some of those other snowboard YouTubers. They're killing it. Even some of the pro snowboarders are getting into the YouTube game, like Stale, making some videos. And who else? I can't remember. I'm not great with names, but there's some guys out there. Ooh, somebody says Casey Willax. I haven't watched him yet. I'll have to check it out. Adam Husing, thanks for the channel. You taught me how to snowboard. Colby, 3rd grade. Awesome, Adam. Thanks for watching, man. Glad you picked it up. All right. And somebody says, IOM, did you see the accident in Georgia? Advice for if you ever have to jump off a chairlift. Yeah, I did see that video. It was super scary. I would say my advice, if the chair started doing that, I would just look for a place to jump off. Yeah, that looked pretty intense, but that's something that doesn't really happen very often. Awesome. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning into the channel. Thanks to everyone that did super chats. Really supports us a lot. Gonna head over to Patreon now. So if you want to tune in for another 30 minutes of live chats, gonna jump over to patreon.com/snowboard pro camp, and yeah, do another 30 minutes just hanging out with you guys. Yeah, try to go extra long this time because of missing it last week. But yeah, gonna keep the live chats going. TJ is doing one on Monday, so tune in for that. I'll be back every Friday. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, if you're watching this back in the replay, just leave the questions down in the comments. I try to read and reply to every question, so check those out. And yeah, if you guys have any video requests too, let me know below. Thank you guys so much. It's been awesome hanging out with you guys. I see a lot of you guys are having conversations back and forth too with Chris and everyone like that. So yeah, awesome talking to you guys. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Until then, guys, have fun out there shredding, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video soon. See you guys.